Hey there, everybody. It's Wayne D. Welcome to the website. It's WayneD.com. Got a nice down the line shot of JB Holmes here. So let's make it a little bigger and we'll take a closer look here because the camera is fixed. It's not moving around. Pretty much right behind him. The good angle. So we can draw a few lines and see a couple of things. Comment on here. He hit. Eventually, you'll see it. He hits an awesome shot in there, about 3-4 feet. There it is. So Riviera brings back good memories. This is the one PGA championship. I played in 5 that I made the cut in, and actually birdied this hole. I think. Maybe not. I think I birdied the other par 3 on the back. But anyway, this is just a totally cool looking hole. So let's watch Holmes. He's got the strong grip, little bit of an open stance, as you can see here. So the takeaway is this is Holmes' swing doesn't really change very much. He's been good for a long time, and he doesn't really care that the club is getting underneath him a little bit. You can see the club head's over here. So normally consider that, oh, he's taking it inside and making a mistake, but he's flattening that left wrist. Now he's a big stocky upper body, so his arm is tending to travel in front of him more rather than across his chest, so that by the time he gets to the top up here, he's come up from 57 to 69. So it's kind of an average progression going on there. You can see the right upper arm is pretty high. Now this is going to set him up for a cool transition move. So I want you to watch a couple things. Watch the head, which is really going to respond to the pivot. Watch the waist, and watch the depth of the hips back here, and the hands. See where the hands go in this first move down. So there's a move that's pretty much the opposite of what most amateurs are going to do. If you see somebody with a 10 to 20 handicap, you're going to see the butt go forward, the head go back, the hands go behind them or straight down. So here we see a definite outward movement of the grip. I mean, that's going out, and the wrist is already bent, and it's just going to pretty much stay in a flexed position like that all the way down through impact. The head, you can see it's immediately going to lower because, watch the waist, watch the crunch right there. Now this is a move, it's very difficult to teach. It's kind of counterintuitive, especially for people who have a tendency to have a little throwaway in their swing, because when you bow into it like this, it makes you feel lower, which makes you feel like you're going to hit it fat. So all of Holmes's lowering is going to come in the downswing and transition. You can see here he's pretty much at the same height. Now he's going to create some space. He's going to drive that right arm. If you look at where that right arm is there, and then you look at it move, that's what you would call upper arm adduction. So his adduction is a little bit more horizontal, meaning it's a little more angled forward. And at the same time, he's going to lay back that forearm, right forearm here is going to supinate, and that's going to externally rotate the shoulder. The club is going to flatten from where it is up here to where it is on the approach down here like this. So you can see that amount of flattening. So he's going to come at this ball high hands in the approach, but they're going to drop in. What you can't see from the back view is how forward his hands are. So when they go from high to low, that club is still trailing, and the club's not really cutting across. Although this was just a tiny little fade. But look at the depth that he creates in the hips. Pretty crazy. It's Hogan-esque to be that back that far from where he started, with his head still out over the ball. So that's awesome pivot movement. And then at the end, he'll just finish, relax himself up into the box. So let's watch that again. Now here's the shot. You can see pretty straight, just a slight little fade. So pretty standard posture in the setup, athletic looking. He's got some knee flex, bent over a little bit. Again, slightly open stance. He's going to hit him a cut. He's got the little bit of an unorthodox takeaway where he rolls it behind him just a bit and flexes the left wrist. So he's got a little bit of a bowed wrist. Right arm is high. And now from here, it's all sidearmy, all sidearm motion. He's going to bring the thing out in front of him with the right arm driving in front, club leaning back, flattening, keeping it between his arms, staying super deep. And at impact, he is way lower than he was at address. Now that's a nice simple swing, and when you look at the length of that swing, it reminds you of John Rahm and some of these guys that just, when they use this technique where they load the hand path, kick the shaft back hard on the right index finger and get the right arm forward, they're creating power without a whole ton of swing length. And he's one of the long hitters out there. All right, pretty cool stuff from John J.B. Holmes.